My name is May Vitkova, and I'm the writer, director, and producer of the feature film Victoria. It's in the Cinevision competition at the Munich Film Festival, and I was really glad to be here. It was the German premiere of my film. The film started in January with a world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival in World Dramatic Competition. Then it had a European premiere at the Rotterdam Tiger Award competition. And then a Scandinavian, and I'm gonna stop, at the Göteborg Film Festival in the Ingmar Bergman International Debut Film Award competition. And then, yeah, the film is traveling. I'm really glad about it. And I'm always, when I'm going to present the film, at the beginning I speak very shortly, although I'm a very talkative person. Because I always want to say to the audience that the reason why I'm traveling to festivals and why I'm going there, like physically, is to meet the audience for the Q&A. So it's like the most important thing for me. And here in Munich we had very different screenings. So the first one was people were smiling a lot and wanted to converse a lot. Then the second one was a little bit more like sad, I would say. And then the third one was like people were mesmerized. So I spoke, you know. So it's a very fulfilling experience, and I would say that if I didn't get the flu here, I was going to say it's like perfect. For this film, it's Victoria is a very personal story, and it took me 9 years to make the film, which doesn't mean that I've been working every day on it, but it was complicated to bring it to the screen because it took time for me to become the producer of the film. There were other people involved before and it didn't work. It was going to be a different film, although the story didn't change, and it's the story that I wanted to tell initially. Then I think that the way of doing it was going to be different because I've changed as well. You're learning by hard events in your life, by tough moments, you're learning to be a little bit more patient, and you have a different eye on the world afterwards. And I think this reflects a lot on the film you're doing. Because what actually people are seeing when they go to cinema is not the story, it's you on the screen. You're totally naked. They can get to know you very well by seeing your film, whether you're lying, whether you're very honest, whether you're very emotional, whether you're ridiculous. You're there with all your assets, with good sides and bad sides. So I would say that I'm a long film, but a very emotional one. Nowadays I think that it was like meant to be this way, because eventually I met the right people for this film much later than I intended to shoot it. So it's like a magic story. It's my closer friends who were also on the film, they would say that it's like a karma film, because everything happened in a strange way. Like the casting, although I've been working as a casting director and assistant director for 12-15 years, then the casting didn't bring the actors, but I met them in a different way. The kids are actually my nieces, Victoria's, both of them, the small one and the teenager. They are daughters of my brother, but I casted them at the end when I've been casting 700 kids for the role. The baby Victoria is, it turned out, we found it through an agency. It was very complicated to find her, and then it turned out that it's the daughter of a very close family friend, a granddaughter of a very close family friend. Then the mother of Victoria, I met her on the street, and eventually I found out she's an actress later on by seeing her in a short film. So everything was like this. I mean, nobody came for like by coincidence, but it was like meant to be exactly in this way. Very strange. And everybody in the film, like people who've been working as, for instance, the first AD, it was a man whom we brought from Vilnius. It's a Bulgarian, but he didn't go to Bulgaria for many years. And then it suddenly happened that the main location that we used in the film was where his apartment is in Sofia. So everything was like connected in this way. And for me it's a very important story because I think that the love of the mother, it's a mother-daughter relationship, but happening with the background of historic events in my country between 1979 and 1994. That was an interesting sound. So Although the story is visually very evolving and there are lots of metaphors and symbols and so on, the most important is the relationship between the mom and the daughter. And I believe that you cannot start living your life for real until you learn to love. And this is what you can get from the communication, from the relationship with the mother. It's the most important thing for me. So if you have the chance, go and see my film. It's going to travel a lot. And I'm very open to people writing me. I love it. I get emails from around the world now because we've been to 2 continents and like 15 countries. And it's always very emotional to read something about it. The thing that moves me the most is when people are saying, and it happened, that after this film they're calling their moms, even if they had a complicated relationship with them. So that's it.